Welcome back to another intimate episode of Bad Boys Only
Inner thighs.
with excellent sound. I'm here. My name's Danny Fryer. I'm here with Ozzy Osbourne. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Or
Thank you.
the long-lost third brother of Dubs.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Kind of got that vibe going.
Yeah.
Or the
adopted.
Undertaker.
I was adopted.
Or the Undertaker.
That's why I'm so tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And handsomer.
Yes.
We got some stuff to talk about, dude.
We got a ton of stuff, dude.
New setting. What do you guys think? Right? We're expanding upon it. We're trying to plan some more podcast episodes coming up soon. But today's just the boys, just the bad boys. I got a couple things that I would like to talk to you about, but I want to give you the opportunity to go first because there's a lot going on.
There is a lot of stuff going on, dude. I'm very excited about a couple things, okay? But the first thing that I'm super excited about is the new Porter Robinson, dude.
Oh.
New Porter Robinson is so sick. He's turning into like a hyper pop, like actual artist, not as a DJ.
That's
You
kind
know
of
what I'm saying?
been his, like, his, it's always been in him, that hyper
Yes.
pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's coming out full force, dude.
Yeah.
And they're like pop songs.
Full
but
anime. He's going
full
hardcore.
anime, dude. Yeah. And I personally love it. I love the single he just put out. I love the first one he put out, Cheerleader. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I just want to know what your thoughts are, man. Like, where is he going?
First off, just Porter in general.
Yes.
Like, Porter is the man.
Yes,
like,
he really is.
I don't think he's underrated, but I think he's underappreciated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people
For
know
sure.
that Porter is the man, but Porter's so much more than just the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Language. Incredible song.
Yep.
I believe that was like one of his first EDM songs that he came out with. And I always think
that
about
he created.
Yeah, and I think that, and I could be wrong, but I think that it just says a lot for like somebody to be able to create, like, for one of their first songs to be like a timeless classic.
Yeah.
During a time, I think, when people were trying to figure out this whole EDM scene and like being like, oh, like, I make music. I want to start making music on a computer.
Yeah.
Zed was kind of the same way. Like, Zed, like, all of a sudden, like, came out and did this insane Skrillex remix and was like, who is this, like, savant? Like, I put Porter on that sort of level. But to be fair, I personally enjoy very bits and pieces of Porter's music. I am not a Porterhead, as people like to be called. Is that what they call Porterheads?
Portishead.
Portisheads. I'm not a Portishead. Him putting out a new album, super ecstatic for that. Loved hearing what he did on Quest for Fire with Skrillex. That made me feel those vibes. The other stuff he's done, I've always thought is very, very good. It just hasn't been my personal cup of tea.
Interesting.
I really want to see, like, I would love for him to just, I mean, I don't know, maybe something's wrong with me, but I really like it when people do something well. I want them just to keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
I have that addict mentality of, like, I just want the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
That's also a huge issue with a lot of artists.
Yeah.
They want to grow and expand, but their listening audience wants them to do one specific thing for the rest of their career.
Right.
And it's like, how do you evolve but not too fast where you alienate the OG listeners?
But sometimes,
You know?
and sometimes artists, like, go, like, way too far with it. What do you feel about the new Porter album? What are your thoughts about Porter in general?
First off, I absolutely love it, okay? There's some pop punk aspects to it.
He's playing guitar now.
Yes, and I was like, dude, I've never heard Porter make anything like this before. So I immediately went to the song credits, and nobody's on it.
Just Porter.
He did everything.
Savant, bro.
Yep. For Cheerleader, he did everything. And then the newest one, there's one other writer on it, but that's it, dude. And I really appreciate that.
I would be really curious to see what his process is in writing.
Yeah, especially because I think that he purposely doesn't want to work with other people. I think he purposely is doing everything himself.
Yeah, it is
You know?
his expression. He's an artist.
He is a super, super artist.
We only got I think we only have, like, a couple of those. I mean, people are going to fucking get mad at this, but whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, Flume.
Yep.
Right? That guy's an artist.
Yep.
Son Holo.
Yep.
Same thing. That guy's, like, super musically talented.
Yeah.
Right? Plays guitar. Porter, Skrillex too, but Skrillex is in a different sort of world, I feel like. Just like songwriters, like the songwriters of EDM,
Yes.
like Porter is in that caliber. And I'm just super excited. I mean, again, like, I'm not a giant fan of his discography, but as an overall producer, I think he's incredible.
But do you appreciate it more that he is the only one that is working on his music? There is no other people.
Yeah,
Like, do you appreciate the actual art more so than if it was you click on the song credits and there's like 12 names on it?
It's I go back and forth with that. I mean,
Yeah.
you could like, it's like Drake. Like Drake has ghostwriters, but like Drake puts out like phenomenal hits, right?
See, that's why I'm not a huge Drake fan.
You're on Team
to
Kendrick?
be honest with you. Yeah, I'm on Team Kendrick, dude. Check his song credits, dude. There's one name on it. You know, Drake's got a whole team.
Yeah.
So that's a plus for me.
Yeah.
You know?
I do like that when I see that somebody is really, really taking on the entire project on themselves. But also I do like it when people bring in other talents to help them make something greater than themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two different ways of going about it.
Yeah, this also kind of brings me to talk about like there are these lucky artists.
Lucky artists?
Lucky artists.
Okay.
So Porter, for example, you know, when he first started, he was putting language out and all of that stuff. All of those songs were essentially like the same song.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same song over and over. He lived off of maybe 1 or 3 songs for his entire career.
Yeah.
And there's like other artists that are like that too, like R.L. Grime.
Yeah.
R.L. Grime is like one of the luckiest. I mean, I'm sure he's a hard worker, but like, dude, he didn't even have an album and he was doing world tours. He had like a couple really big remixes before a full-length album. You know what I'm saying?
That doesn't happen anymore.
No.
Yeah. Right time, right place, right person, right talent. Speaking of R.L. Grime, watch this transition.
Okay, I love it.
We got to talk about Grimes and Coachella.
R.L. Grimes to Grimes.
You like that?
I do.
Okay.
That was nice.
For backstory though, Parker and I saw this coming miles away. 2 years ago, we went to EDC. We had the pleasure of playing. It was lovely. Mm-hmm. And we went and saw Grimes, and it said Grimes DJ set, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, cool, let's go see Grimes. Let's go check her out, right?
We were pretty hyped, actually.
I was very excited,
We were very hyped. You're like downplaying it. We were like, fuck yeah, Grimes, let's go.
Grimes is a sick artist, you know, super talented. And she's doing a DJ set. So we're like, okay, like let's check this out. I kind of wanted to see Grimes in her element, you know, with like sitting on the ground, like crisscross applesauce, like
SP404.
Yeah, you know, like doing that thing. But she was doing DJ, right?
Yeah.
To see what we saw, it was like kind of like, oh, it's like endearing, like
this was 2 years ago.
This was 2 years ago, right? And she's playing a lot of techno, so she was on it with like what was coming out. Because remember, we're like, oh, dude, like this is techno's gonna be the thing, and she was on it, right?
Yeah.
And she's a big electronic music fan, so she's legit. But her set, I was like, hey, like, is the flanger on? And you're like, yeah, the flanger is on. And we were with Vince, and Vince is like, yeah, the flanger's on. I was like, okay. And then we checked back in 5 minutes later, and the
flanger, looking at our clock.
Yeah, the flanger was still on. There was a couple moments where she's like, ah, fuck. She did like that whole Coachella thing. Like she had already had this happen at EDC. It wasn't quite as
she played the same song 4 times.
Yeah, she played the same song 4 times. But the crowd was so just like, hey, we're just so excited you're here, Grimes.
Yep.
We love you. It was everyone. Nobody cared. It was like, whatever, right? We didn't, you know, we're not sitting, because the last thing you want to be is like the DJ that's like, she doesn't even know how to DJ, right?
Yeah.
But she doesn't know how to DJ. Now, that being said, it was like, okay, whatever. It was still enjoyable. We got to see Grimes. It was cool, right? Also, it was like, okay, well, sounds like she took on a little bit more than she was capable of.
Yes.
No big deal. The fans didn't care. They loved it.
They were like cheering her on and stuff. Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, she's human. You know, like we're humans. We fuck up. But then Coachella happened. And I feel like just play your little pads or practice your DJ set a little bit more.
Yeah. So my hot take is it's disappointing. It's really disappointing. And you can tell that she didn't practice.
Yeah, is that what you think it is? She didn't practice, or she's just inexperienced?
It could be both. But like, what really bugs me about artists, musicians, DJs, singers, anybody in the music industry, people don't practice anymore.
Yeah.
You get to a certain level and then you're just chilling. You don't practice. And it kind of bugs me because like I come from a drum background, and the only way you get better at drums, it's training your muscles.
Yeah.
Any instrument, you know, and you just have to do the rudiments, and then your arms learn how to do what you're training to do.
Right.
You know, and it's the same thing with anything. And if you mess up like that, it could be a mistake for sure.
Yeah.
But that also shows your work ethic on the back end of it.
Yeah.
You know, she probably put her set together pretty quick. She picked all of her favorite spots, moments, did her thing, but she didn't practice the set.
Coachella to her is not as big of a deal as it is to a newer artist. She's been there before.
That also bothers me, though.
Yeah, but so yeah, it's like you're clocking in and clocking out.
People are paying to go see her, and they're paying for an experience. And, you know, people love her for it, you know, but that takes you out of the experience, dude.
Yeah.
You know, the people talking to Molly and doing this and all of that, you know, and then this weird thing happens. That probably takes you out of the vibe. I would imagine.
Would you rather she like kind of faked it and did that than?
For sure.
It would have been better.
For sure, it would have been way better.
At least you put effort into faking it.
And if it played in double time, sometimes you just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
You play the song in double time and then you wash out.
Right.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, you know,
figure it out.
Glad you guys are here, instead of hey, I fucked up, because you know, who knows?
Also, where's your team that's like gonna come in and be like, yo, like help me fix this CDJ issue? Like, I don't know if they showed up. I didn't see the full video or not.
Yeah.
But.
So that's all of that put together. Does bother me.
Yeah.
It does bother me. You
we'll
know?
see if she comes
Maybe
back.
Maybe she had some personal stuff going on. She didn't have time to work on the set as much. But still, you know.
People paid money.
If I was playing that set, dude, I would have been practicing my ass off.
Yeah.
You know? I would have fucking figured out what's going on with my CJs. I would have been in a record box fucking making my cue points. I would have been, you know.
Yeah.
I would have been prepared.
You come from a band background where it's like you have to practice with people.
If you mess up on the drums, you're fucked, dude. The whole song is fucked.
Yeah.
You make everybody look like idiots, you know?
Dude, have you noticed that it is now the era of supergroups in EDM?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
We got Master Hand.
Yep.
Still a sus name. Sorry. Keizo, Space Laces, and I forgot who else. What was the name of Hive Mind? Hive Mind.
Hive
right?
Mind. Yep.
Marshmallow and Sudden Death.
Yep.
Mellow Death.
Mellow Death.
Okay, so
love it. Love it.
Want to talk to you about Mellow Death, right?
Yes.
So I saw this thing I thought was kind of interesting, is that Marshmallow put out I think it was a tweet. I can't find it. Hopefully they'll be able to pull it up. But it was a tweet warning his fan base about the imagery that he's going to be using in Mellow Death with Sudden Death.
Oh, he tweeted that out.
Yeah, I believe it was a tweet. Don't quote me on it, but I know that this happened, and it was like, hey, just to let you guys know, because there's a lot of kids that go to a show.
Yeah.
There's going to be some heavy imagery. Like, this is like, you know, might be some scary for some kids. And I was just like, can you imagine being to the point to where you're so ginormous that you have to like put out, which I respect. I'm not hating on him for doing that.
A lot of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids.
The guy has a cooking show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he had a cooking show. And it's like being on that level to where you put out a warning and you're working with somebody who's like Sudden Death, right?
Yeah.
Who's like
blood on his face.
Yeah. He's doing cult rituals.
Yeah.
I have a thought on that I want to share with you too.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was so like interesting just to think that he's just like he's putting out this message to make sure. It's like Britney Spears, you know, or Miley Cyrus when she starts doing Wrecking Ball, starts getting naked. It's like, hey, I'm in my, you know, I'm going back to my roots.
On that, though, dude.
Yeah.
There was zero warning.
Yeah. And everyone's like, you're supposed to be a role model.
Yeah.
So kind of lame, but also I also kind of respect it because he's that massive.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to you more about the sudden death thing, right?
Yeah.
So like coming from like, and some people won't relate to this. You're the perfect person to talk to because you grew up like Jewish and like none of that stuff bothers you. That imagery, like it means nothing to you.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So for me, growing up Christian, right? Like that imagery is like
it was scary.
It was like stay away from that, right?
Wow.
Yeah, like if somebody's doing that, they actually are working with the devil, which I don't believe is true, right?
Yeah. But that's how you were raised.
Yeah, in a way. So it's like anytime I see certain imagery like that, automatically, just like in my being, I'm like,
Really?
Right? And I'm being like sort of like truthful and honest, right?
Yeah.
It's not that I think that he is a Satanist, right?
Yeah.
The guy, you know, obviously grew up on Ozzy Osbourne, you know, and all these bands, and that's what he's influenced by, right? And that's why he's doing his whole little cult ritual things. Talking to my girlfriend, it's like, to her, she's like, oh yeah, like it's she didn't grow up religious at all, right?
Yeah.
So to her, it's like not a big deal. It's like,
Yeah.
she's like, that's cool, right? Like everybody thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
Now me as an adult, right? I look at it, and instead of thinking like, oh, that's cool, the imagery is cool, now I just think it's kind of lame. And I don't know if that's because the way I was raised.
Wow,
I kind of look at it as like, really? Like another person like trying to be like edgy
so
and controversial. Funny. And I don't know if that's because like really subconsciously it is bothering me.
I bet
like,
you it is.
I'm not offended. I'm not like, oh, don't listen to Sudden Death. Like I think Sudden Death's a great artist and I appreciate his music. But now it just feels like that whole imagery thing of like satanic imagery, cult imagery is only cool because because it's controversial, right? So the only reason that I think, this is my thought, is that the only reason that people think it's cool is because it's like, fuck you. And to me, as an adult, now I go, you're just trying to be cool.
What about Slaughter to Prevail, dude?
They're sick.
See, there you go. There you go, dude.
So dope.
They all got satanic masks on,
I know, but even
bro.
that, though, I will even say that the imagery is just, it's just a little played out to me. But maybe it's just my subconscious. I'm asking you as somebody, will that ever get old to you? The idea of, like, satanic imagery and all that shit. It'll never get old.
It's never going to get old for me.
It'll never get played out.
I don't even think of that as being, like, lame or played out. I see past that. I just go for vibe, you know? If I'm vibing with something and I don't know what they're saying, you know, it's and I relate to it, I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to think it's cool. I'm going to, you know, but also I'm like one of those music listeners that I don't listen to lyrics unless I like concentrate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know what people are saying when you listen to music?
Yeah. Usually, is
that the first thing?
I'm very big into hearing what the message is, whatever it may be.
But as far as lyrics, like when you listen to a new song, are you listening intently to see what they're saying?
Usually, depends on the song, but usually within the first couple listens, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm very much into what are they saying. I'm
all instrumental.
Yeah.
I'm all instrumental. I don't listen, and it's not that I'm ignoring the vocals. I'm not attracted to the vocals.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I hear you saying you're going for the vibe.
And that's probably why I can't write top line, dude. It's because I don't listen to vocals.
Write top line. You just don't practice them.
Yeah, I just don't practice. But, you know, I don't go online and look up Drake lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't look up the Kendrick lyrics. Oh, what does he mean when he says this? Like, I've never done that.
Yeah, I like doing that. So I'm completely opposite
And so a lot of people that listen to hip hop and rap, that is a huge part of the culture, is looking up the lyrics and like seeing, oh, this rap scheme and this rhyme scheme is really cool.
They want to relate it to their own life. That's the whole point of the lyrics.
Yes. Yeah. Or they want to escape from their life and go into this big successful world of things.
Sex, money, drugs, all
that shit. Yeah. So, you know, I always thought it's very interesting, and I want to know, you know, what you guys think at home too. Like, do you listen to lyrics right off the bat, or are you listening to the instrumentation?
And also, what's more metal? Okay, having a metal band that's like super heavy and has tons of like satanic imagery, cult imagery, and it's also the same sounding band, exact same band, except they're called the Cuties. That's fucking metal to me, bro.
No,
fuck yeah. No. We're called the Cuties. We're tough as fuck.
So what that's nuts, dude. That's nuts, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's so.
Anyway,
that's
I thought that was interesting about the marshmallow thing, and then I wanted to talk to you about the
I thought that was super cool. Speaking of bad messages,
let's talk about it. Nice transition.
Yeah. TikTok. Oh, a little low fist. TikTok is officially banned. It's gone in September. Just so
no
you know.
way, they passed it?
Yep.
You're kidding me.
Yep. And so there's a lot of stuff on the back. So people are saying that Zuckerberg, the Zuck, he paid for the bill to get passed, and he did some shit in the back because TikTok is the biggest competitor to Facebook.
Oh, I bet.
And Instagram. So what the TikTok guy, what's his name?
The CEO?
Yeah, it's like
he's like, we are not spying on your people or whatever.
Yeah. So you know what he did? This is the rebuttal. The rebuttal is he's releasing an app called TikTok Notes, and it's going to be more like Instagram, imagery, videos, but it's going to be an Instagram competitor. So there's going to be no more TikTok, but the home base for TikTok Notes is going to be in America. So there's nothing that they can do as far as passing a bill to ban it, because the hard drives and the whole system is going to be in America collecting the data. Well, so they can't say we're banning it because China is spying on us. What they're going to do is when they launch TikTok Notes, you can export all of your information, your views, followers, everything to the new app.
And it's going to be in the United States.
The database is going to be in the United States.
Has there been a response from the United States government about this new thing?
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything yet about it.
It's gone.
It's gone. September. Goodbye. Yep.
I kind of feel like I mean, people are going to hate me for this, but I kind of feel like, I mean, the government's going to spy on us regardless.
Yeah.
Our government, their government, everybody knows all our shit anyway. So it's not like, I think they're trying to protect their assets of our data.
Well, no, that's
not protecting us as citizens.
Bro, what I was trying to say is Zuckerberg
is
the one. He's the one who is leading the ban.
Right, of course.
And he's buying it off. He's buying the government off.
Mm-hmm. I believe
because they're the biggest competitor.
Yeah, Zuck will get you, dude.
Yeah, he'll Zuck you.
Don't let that sunscreen face trick you, dude. Like he is a business savage. Why is everyone giving John Summit so much hate, bro? What's going on?
I've never seen any.
We always bring up John Summit.
I've never seen any hate.
Marauders going at John Summit.
What? Marauder is?
Sent a tweet out, said John Summit's whack.
Really?
Straight up called him out. Wow. You know what happened?
What happened?
He deleted his tweet.
Marauder did.
Yeah, and then John Summit called him out on it.
Good.
Which I'm sure they'll pull up and was like, "Oh, you're tweeting and deleting, like you can't even say it." And then Marauder, I love saying Marauder. We know that's not Marauder. People are gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Was saying like, oh, I guess I'll never be on a John Summit guest list. There is this a little bit, something about John Summit. It's like some people want to accept him into the world. It's like because he's the tech house guy and he's coming into like doing stuff with Subtronics and getting more into dubstep. It's
good
like
for him, man.
You're not allowed to come over here, or like you're not cool. Fuck you, dude.
Shit, dude.
Yeah,
I hate that, dude. I hate that.
I mean, you can hate John Summit for being a party boy or being a frat boy. Like those are all things that I'm like, hey, you know what? If you don't like him because of that, like I totally understand. I don't know if he's done like cancelable stuff. Don't quote me on that. If he has, like that sucks. But
no, I think he's clean, bro.
Yeah,
I think he's super clean, and I think a lot of people are jealous. They're jealous of him, and
he could do both.
Yes, and you and me love multi-genre artists.
Yes,
and
we want more of that.
We want more of that, and I love him going back to back with Subtronics, doing all of that stuff. And I would love to hear a dubstep album from John Summit, like from his brain.
Yeah,
knowing what he knows and all of the past shows, all that stuff. Like, it's gonna come out.
Yeah, especially if you're.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Especially if you're tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. The only way we're going to sort of get out of these sort of ruts of just sort of rinsing and repeating in electronic music is to have people start crossing into other genres. And then that's how new things are formed.
Yeah, and I also know that there's a lot of gatekeepers within subgenres where they're very scared to have new artists come into that genre, especially if they're a well-known artist in that genre, Yeah. So Skrillex, for example, people were very angry with him that he ruined dubstep when he first came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it really was
just jealousy.
It was really just jealousy from the gatekeeping OG dubstep dudes in the UK.
Yeah.
That's what it stems from. So it's fear that they're going to get knocked off the top, But, there's nothing they can do, man. Music is ever evolving.
Let the man dude.
Let the man tear, dude.
Let him tear some sums,
Let him dubsteps out, dude.
Who cares? Dude, go and make a tech house record, Murata.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
I'd be really interested to hear what he would do. You know? Imagine John Summit like I like to think of it like UFC when you get like 2 belts.
Oh yeah.
John Summit gets like he's got a #1 hit in tech house, and then goes over into this genre of like dubstep or TEAROUT or rhythm, and he puts out a banger, right? And then imagine Sudden Death comes out and does like, I'm gonna do a tech house song.
Well,
and
he already did that.
Yeah, but it's like
he did a tech house set, dude.
But becomes an actual song that everybody plays. Like Dom Dolla's playing, James Hype. That would
be really cool.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be so dope.
Screw those gatekeepers.
Well, he deleted it, but also kind of weak.
Yeah, no,
I don't know what his reason was. Maybe he just doesn't like John Summit. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think there needs to be more EDM drama in general.
It's good for the sport.
And just good for the sport. Leave the tweets up. Let's see what happens, dude. You know?
But also too, like, if you don't like somebody's art, and especially if you have a platform, I feel like I think it's okay to like have an opinion and say like it's not for me. Yeah. But to say something like so direct, like this person sucks, like that's just so lame to me. It's just like you could say, you know what, like, hey, like if you would have been like, you know, I don't really see why people like John Summit as much as they do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That would start drama.
And that's
healthy drama.
That's healthy. It's like, I have an opinion. This is what it is. You can listen to it or not, right? Yeah. But just say he's whack is just like, that's whack. Yeah, like
it is.
Come with reasons or you know, if you're trying to make your point, but also too, like, why are you trying to put out negative energy towards another artist? Yeah. You know? Yeah. As a person, you could say John Summit, I don't really like his actions. I don't like that he parties all the time. I think it's kind of lame. Yeah. You know? And hey, that's fair.
Straight edge.
Right?
Straight edge. Let's go straight edge.
Sure, that's fine.
You know?
But still, it's like everybody has to have a fucking, I mean, we have a fucking podcast, so what the fuck are we talking about? Everybody has to have a fucking opinion. I just don't like the negative. There's specific hate, and then there's like, opinions are good. Hate is not. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Have an opinion and also be open to other people's ideas about why you might be wrong. I think that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of research on, you know, how do artists get out of deals, you know? Talk about artists being shelved, you know? It happens a lot in EDM too. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of shelved music that was supposed to come out, never did. How do you get out of that kind of stuff? You know what I'm saying? So I've been thinking a lot about that. It's kind of like Skrillex's, what Skrillex did, he changed his name, his artist name, released his music under Skrillex, and then he got out of that other deal because he stopped putting music out like that. So I've been very curious about all this stuff, and, you know, Taylor Swift, she re-recorded every single one of her albums to get out of the other deal.
She did?
She re-recorded every single album and didn't use any original music from the other album. She just re-recorded it and released it under her own record label. And
she calls it that?
She calls it the Taylor version. The Taylor version.
Oh my God.
And she did her whole catalog, okay? And it's awesome. And then she told all of her fans, the Taylor Army, the Swifties or whatever.
Don't listen to the other
Don't listen to the other album. Listen to mine because they are stealing my money.
That's power.
Yes. So
that's Michael Jackson type shit.
Yes. That's some Prince shit, dude.
Yeah.
Just fall off.
I know, it just moved.
So that got me thinking, how would an EDM producer do that? How would you remake your own song to re-release it?
Oh yeah, you couldn't, because it is the same sound.
It's the same sound, right?
But it's the performance. Unless you performed it,
with that would have the same samples.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like Taylor's using the same guitar. She probably could use the exact same setup that she did. Yeah. In recording her whatever.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what do we do? Do we just export the song again out of Ableton? And it's another.
Yeah, it's the new version.
It's the Swiftie version.
See, I think it doesn't. First off, that's incredible that she's able to pull that off. Just in general, I'm surprised. I feel like that doesn't make any sense how she could legally do that if
it's on Spotify, dude.
If they own
crazy.
The actual masters, like, is the masters just pertaining to the actual bounce itself? Because like you said, if you just rebounced it, Is that?
I don't know about the bounce, but there's got to be some stipulations with that.
I don't know what the details are, so it's hard to answer that.
But like, how would you do it if you were an EDM? You know,
if I was an EDM artist and I was stuck in a deal,
pick a different kick sample.
No, this is what I would do.
What would you do?
Okay, so let's say I'm an EDM and I want to I'm an EDM artist and I'm ginormous.
Yeah.
And all my classics are bogged down in like some crazy 360 deal, right?
Yeah.
And I finally get out of that deal.
It's shelved. No, it's shelved. They're never coming out.
Oh, they're never coming out.
No, the songs are never coming out.
Oh.
They're shelving you, but they won't let you release them.
Oh, then I would recreate those songs and I would put a reimagined.
Reimagined?
Right? And I would just do VIPs. I feel like doing a VIP, you know, because actually probably like I feel like what you could do is you could take the most essential parts of the songs, like the most memorable parts, have those, and then you're going to make better music now than you did from before and make a better version of it. You know what I mean? You probably change the drop. But we do that all the time. How many remixes have you seen of Skrillex puts out a song, Alvin Risk remixes it.
Yep.
And then Skrillex and somebody else remix that.
Yep.
And then Skrillex remixes it again.
Yeah.
It's like 6 versions of it, you know what I mean?
That is a good way of doing it too. I feel like you have the original session.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I wonder how that. I would be really curious how that works when it comes to just a master. Like, what is the master? Is it just the single recording? Is it the session file?
I want to hear what everybody else has to think about.
What do you guys think?
Tell us in the comments. Tell us how much you enjoy the Bad Boys episodes, or if you don't.
This wraps up that episode. Thank you, Parker.
For what?
For just being here. Just say thank you, Danny.
Oh, thank you so much, Danny. Thank you so much for being here today. I love your shirt, dude. Love the conversations that we're having, dude.
All right, we'll wrap it up a different way, I guess. Thanks for watching the Bad Boys. Subscribe,
I don't know why you were thanking me. Thank the people.
Thank you guys for watching. I like thanking you, though. I like thanking you for your conversation.
Okay,
I think that's appropriate.
Okay.
This outro sucks. Subscribe, like, comment, get the fuck out of here.